And Cotto came out and said he's not a middleweight.
Exactly. But the fucked up thing is we all know that Canelo is a fucking middleweight, but he keep trying to have that size advantage. And then what's so bad about it is, this is where he really messed up at, was fighting a weak-ass welterweight. Mm-hmm. Amir Khan ain't did shit at welterweight. So that was no different. That was kind of like the Ras Salka. You know what I mean? The Ras Salka effect. You bring up a weak-ass middleweight, a nigga who we know that got knocked out multiple times. So how the fuck do you think you gonna get credibility as a middleweight fighting a nigga who just got his biggest fight was getting knocked out at 140?
Yeah, because you're right. Because look, I would have gave Canelo more credit if Khan would have dominated the welterweight division. Yeah.
And he didn't even do that.
He didn't even do that.
He didn't even fight nobody for real at welterweight.
No.
Who did he fought? Devin Alexander,
Luis Collazo, Guerrero.
Three of the weakest niggas that you can think of at welterweight, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he had had two of those wins,
and your boy Chris Algieri, he fought Chris Algieri.
Exactly. Another nigga who ain't got not one win at welterweight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he could have saved himself the trouble by just fighting. He could have fought Glenn Tapia.
Yeah.
Now,
or David Lemieux.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that he's going to eventually fight David Lemieux. Mm-hmm. But even if you wanted to fight a weak ass nigga, you could have fought a weak ass nigga who was
at your weight,
supposedly in your division.
Yeah,
exactly.
Man.
Exactly. Because you one punch KO Amir Khan.
Don't do nothing. Like, it does nothing.
Nigga, we've seen that before.
Yeah, we seen that three.
That does nothing but garner him criticism.
That's it.
That's all that did was get him criticism. Nobody's praising him for fucking knocking out Amir Khan with one punch.
Because everybody expected that.
Yeah. We've seen the nigga get knocked out by lesser punches. So how in the fuck, you know what I mean? That would be, can you imagine if Triple G said he was gonna fight Amir Khan? What the fuck? Nigga would be all over that shit, man. So if it ain't good for the goose, it ain't good for the gander, man. You know, there's some things that you just ain't, just like I said with Ras Salka, dog. And there was a whole bunch of weak ass niggas you could have fought at 140. You know what I'm saying? But to bring a weak ass nigga up from 35, it wasn't like he fought Terrence Crawford coming up from 35 or Gamboa coming up from 35. Nigga fought Ras Salka.
Yeah. See, my thing is Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya doing this crazy stuff. They trying to bring Triple G down to 155, and we all know in the boxing world that Canelo rehydrates to 170 pounds or more. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe Canelo comes in the ring heavier than Triple G.
I believe so too.
I believe he comes in the ring heavier than Triple G.
And I think the only way he can get away with it is because he's still so young. You know, we got to remember this dude's still only, like 25, maybe 26?
He's 25, 26.
You can do that shit, you know what I mean? I used to just stay up all night, drink and smoke all night, go to work, go home, take a shower, and go to work. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I can't even have 4 beers now without having a hangover. So, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? You can do stuff when you're younger that you can't do when you start getting older. So,
man.
G might not be able to sweat down to 155 pounds like he probably could at 25, but Canelo is 25.
Canelo is 25. And my thing is, why are you prancing around with the WBC middleweight title like you really a middleweight champion? You ain't no middleweight champion. You are the 155-pound uncrowned champion, because it's not 150 pound. It's no such thing as a 155-pound champion.
And you know what's funny, man? I would have gave Canelo more credit if he'd have fought a nigga like Willie Monroe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
At least that barometer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could have fought Willie Monroe, who's not really truly a middleweight himself, in a sense, but he gave Triple G a respectable fight. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if Canelo could have fought anybody at 154, like if he could have fought one of the Charlos or something like that.
Willie Monroe, that's what I'm saying.
Willie Monroe, yeah.
It would have been a good parameter fight because everybody would have been like, well, let's see how he sized up with a nigga that Triple G
fought.
You know
yeah.
And he not a huge dude. He not a huge, you know what I mean, big 54 guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and with the fucked up thing, man, like it's so. I think all of this is about posture.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing is, and now when I sit back and look at it, I think the whole Khan fight, even though it was some bullshit, and what's crazy is I actually picked Khan to win because I thought that Canelo's only chance was to land that big shot, and I thought that Khan would be smart enough to just fucking stay away.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't pick Khan to win, but I picked Khan to go all 12 because I thought Khan was gonna be very smart about not getting hit by crazy shots. But when you look at the fight, though, Khan was winning the first 4 rounds of that fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 12-round fight. It's a 12. Hey, look, Rylo.
12-round fight, man.
Too bad it's a 12-round fight.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is next for Khan? Because you know the WBC came out and said Khan's still a mandatory for Danny Garcia.
Well, first and foremost, Khan done fucked his career up with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he was gonna get knocked the fuck out, he should have got knocked the fuck out by Kell Brook. That's what he should have got knocked the fuck out by.
You right.
He was gonna get knocked the fuck out. Because in all reality, that was really his big fight.
Yeah, that was. That's probably the biggest fight. That's probably the biggest fight he can make because you went up in weight. You always say those fights for when you ain't got nowhere else to go. And then like say for instance he got knocked out by Kell Brook. Okay, he get knocked out by Kell Brook. He could always play the card like, okay, I'm about to move up 2 weight classes to challenge myself.
Exactly.
Now you can't even use that card because everybody's seen you get knocked out.
You're right. You can't even go get the Kell Brook fight because nobody cares about that fight now. Because not only did you not fight no niggas at welterweight, but then you went up and got knocked the fuck out by a nigga that you ain't had no business fighting. So your whole Kell Brook fight, nobody really gives a fuck about it now. You know what I'm saying? The only person that, the nigga who I feel bad for is Kell Brook because that was supposed to have been his fight.
That supposed to be his fight, yeah.
And right now, you think about it. If you, let's say you Danny Garcia, are you trying to fight Amir Khan? If you Sean Porter or Keith Thurman or Errol Spence, are you trying to fight Amir Khan? Yeah. What the fuck for?
There's no luster there.
Because at the best you can do is knock the nigga the fuck out. And what that mean? He done got knocked out of every weight class he been in now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you finally the nigga who...
Hey, look, Rylo. Hey, Rylo, only way you going to get some credit is you got to knock him out earlier than the man that knocked him out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You gotta knock him out 5 before and shit.
Yeah.
So Amir Khan done fucked up his credibility by going up and, everybody like, oh, Amir Khan had balls and he went up to go fight and all of that shit. And this is why boxing is getting fucked up because we all know the fight that he was supposed to fight. We all know who he was supposed to fight.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't fight the nigga he was supposed to fight. And not only did he lose, he got 1 punch KO highlight reel. You know what I mean? And that's is there a worse way to lose?
I know, man. That knockout gonna be shown over and over and over and over. Oh man, like, hey, I was listening to another channel and this guy said Amir Khan got knocked out almost every way you can get knocked out.
yeah. I think I seen that too, dog.
He get
knocked out.
Hell no, man, dude. Hey, look, and the crazy thing about it, man, they was waving towels, man, trying to wake this man up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy, man. That is.
And the sad part about it is,
oh my God,
that with most fighters, when you get knocked out, it seems like the knockouts start coming easier.
Easier, yeah.
Victor Ortiz, for example.
Victor Ortiz.
When he got hit by Berto, I didn't think that fight was finna be over when he went down.
Mm-hmm.
And that nigga got up and looked like he got hit by a truck. I said, God damn. What the fuck?
Man, I know people trying to say Ortiz quit. Ortiz quit again, man. I just seen it in his face. Ortiz could have went on. That man quit again because the old adage is if you quit once, it's easier to quit the second and third and fourth time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's easier. True. The quitting become easier. Whole lot easier to quit because you already did it. You didn't already open up that box. So look, man, look. I know Canelo gonna lose. I know Canelo gonna lose all respect, man, if he don't fight this man, and he better fight this man within the next year, man, because the simple fact is everybody know that Mayweather and Pacquiao did not happen in time. It happened 7 years later, 6 years later, and you cannot try to drag this fight out. No, 3, 4, 5 years. No.
See, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna end up. What I think is going to end up happening. See, what these dumbass motherfuckers finna do is they finna fuck themselves. And I'm finna tell you why. Because there's too many huge fights on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kovalev and Ward on the horizon. Which essentially, them two niggas fighting are literally going to be fighting for the number 1 pound for pound spot in boxing.
You got Thurman Porter. Right? You got Thurman Porter.
You got Thurman Porter coming up, right?
You got You got what?
You got Victor Postal and Bud coming up.
Yeah, and Bud coming up.
And then you got the whole heavyweight link. Listen, man. And can you imagine this time next year?
I know.
May Cinco de Mayo, we had Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder.
Man, that's gonna.
Nobody's gonna give a fuck about no goddamn Canelo and Triple G, bro.
You know, Anthony Joshua just signed that deal with Showtime too. Mm-hmm. So him and Wilder on the same network. So you ain't got none of that network thing.
That's what I'm saying, man. Niggas already in position to trump them niggas for doing that whole shit already, man. See, Mayweather and Pacquiao.
That was the climax.
Niggas had that.
That was the climax.
They had the advantage of that bridging the era gap.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean. You know how, like, Jordan played with, like, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. But by the time his era came around, he was the man.
Yeah.
And he was just the man.
Mm-hmm.
There was no gap bridging with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the next era.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of niggas who played in his era, but then there was the next era. And that's how Mayweather and Pacquiao was. Mayweather and Pacquiao was the Michael Jordan era. And there was nobody else in that era, so their fight mattered more than everybody else's.
Yeah.
So when them niggas hopefully are done now, it's too many other niggas jockeying positioning for that spot. You know what I'm saying? You know how, like, LeBron James was cool for a minute, but, like, now Steph Curry the man.
Yeah, I know.
You know Even in LeBron's era, Dwayne Wade had a good time. You know what I mean? Carmelo Anthony was talked about and could have had his own spot had he won some championships and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they don't have that luxury of we're gonna wait this shit out or build this fight up and all of this other dumb shit because there's time next year talking about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua or some shit.
Yeah.
Nobody don't give a fuck about no Canelo.
I think because you know after Ali retired, then Tyson came and the heavyweight division was still hot when Tyson came, but then like the lower weight divisions was still making a lot of money because of the Ray Leonard, Duran, Hagler, and Hearns and Benitez little battle. But I think Mayweather and Pacquiao was the pinnacle of that lower weight class. I think that lower weight class stuff about to be over. I think the heavyweight division about to come back around because everything always come back around.
Oh yeah.
And I think the heavyweight division is about to come back around.
I agree.
Which
I don't think that these little niggas got time to be fucking around, man. Somebody they have to get it in now because it might be over soon.
Yeah,
you
right.
Know what I'm saying? Like, it literally could be over for y'all niggas soon. Y'all 54s and 47s, and